Good morning, guys. Hi. I'm a little tired. I was up late last night, kind of bebopping around, doing goofy stuff that I probably shouldn't have been doing. Nothing bad. I was just up last night purging my phone of photos. I'm not exactly sure why, but I was loading them all up to Facebook and kind of releasing sort of years of carrying stuff around on my phone. To me, it was like the quarantine technological equivalent to Britney going crazy and shaving her head, I think. Don't worry, there's no nudes that were put online, so that's good. But my name is Dan, and this is my channel, Engelgeist. Thank you for tuning in. For those of you that are new, welcome. And for those of you that are returning, welcome back. I love you all. Thank you so much to my Patreon subscribers. If you guys want to subscribe, it helps me out financially in a huge way. You go over to patreon.com and pick a subscription. It's a monthly thing that gets deducted from a credit card or a bank account. And you get not only the daily forecast a day early, but you also get, there's at different levels, there's different like readings and things over there that are available that you can't get here. For those of you that already do subscribe, thank you so very much, because you guys help keep this content supported financially, and I love that, especially during these times. I hope you guys are really moving through this time with more ease and more grace. It feels to me like the energy has definitely shifted. These cards to me have been very promising and showing me that things are sort of resettling. We're still going to have to deal with the like fallout from, you know, this whole COVID-19 thing, but I think that we're going to be okay. It's really my honest gut feeling. I'm actually not even in any fear. That's the weird thing. And I was in a lot of fear when it first started, I can tell you guys that. So this is the daily forecast. This is similar to like your weather report. It's for anybody that watches both now or anytime in the future. So it is considered a timeless message. So therefore, if you guys are watching it at a date that it's not, you know, this is going to be for the 7th, Tuesday of the 7th of April. But if you're watching it on a date that's not the 7th of April, that's okay. You might be in line for this message at the time that you watch it. I believe that Spirit has a way of finding us the right messages at the right time when we need them. So just keep that in mind moving forward. That's kind of with all of my forecasts. And if none of this makes sense to you, that's okay too. You might just be in a different place right now. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're in a wrong place or it's bad or anything like that. It's just you might be going through or experiencing something that is different. And there's plenty of other wonderful tarot readers out there on YouTube that you can find and maybe find some guidance from them. Ways you can support the channel: follow me at Engelgeist333 on Instagram. You can book a private reading with me via my Facebook business page, or you can message me on Instagram. Also, again, liking the video, sharing the video out, subscribing to the channel, and hitting the notification bell is huge. Watching my videos also helps me. And if any of the decks that you're interested in, if you actually go into the video descriptions, I place songs for each of the cards for each day in the video descriptions, like sort of songs that like I feel like represent the card or might give you inspiration for the day to kind of draw on the energy of that card. Also in there is Amazon affiliate links, where if there's a deck that I have featured and you're interested in purchasing it for yourself, if you go and you use my link and purchase it via Amazon, I actually get a cut of the sale. And so people have been doing that, and I'm surprised. I actually get like $1 per deck. So that's kind of cool, and it's a great way to support my channel if you want by using my affiliate links. I didn't realize that, or at least on the decks that I've sold, that people have bought, I'm surprised. I'm like, whoa, I mean, I have to reach $100 to get a check, but so that might take a while. But it's another cool kind of way to support the channel, okay? So let's see what's going on for the energy for tomorrow, Tuesday, the 7th. We've had some really beautiful cards, and I think that's also helping my energy. It makes me feel like we are turning a corner, guys. I hope that's the case, and I hope you guys are staying focused on that as a reality. Oh, great. And then we get this card. So this is Disruption. This is 16, card number 16. And this is Major Arcana, so let's look at what this has got to say, because this does not make me feel very good. This is kind of like the Tower, but or the significance of the tower. Now, the tower is always that moment of let go or be dragged. And when I look at the tower, tower moments are sort of like things shifting. When I'm looking at this feels like, to me, we're feeling bound, right? When I look at this gentleman, I don't know why my camera appears so dark lately. Maybe it's just the gray overcast from the window. But if you look at this picture, he looks sort of bound. There's still light around those boxes, but he's like somewhat compartmentalized, right? He feels sort of stuck. And I think that what it is with the Tower card is, unlike the Hanged Man, where we are sort of like sticking ourselves in a way, or we have the ability to free ourselves, I see the Tower differently. I feel like the Tower to me is that card where it's that moment of let go or be dragged, you know? Like if we don't flow with this disruptive situation, it's going to be much harder on us than if we just sort of flow through it and let it take us where it needs to. The Tower is always the destruction of something that was in place that we thought was gonna always be there, you know, strong like a tower, you know, like this sort of, it can be like a foundational thing, you know, like our home life or our love life, something that we thought or expected to always be there is going to sort of have a bit of a change or a disruption, a need to be reassessed, need to be re-looked at. We might be feeling the effects of this sort of self-quarantine right now. That's sort of why I feel like he feels a little bit compartmentalized and bound up. Like we're feeling a little bit tight today, right? But what I want us to understand is underneath this is that beautiful card of the awareness card, which is the Magician in this deck, guys. And even though this is Tuesday, so we could be shifting into that suffering and silence energy that we had in the Sunday forecast. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, go back and look at Sunday's forecast. There was that what it would be 9 of Swords energy in a traditional tarot deck. This is an oracle deck, so it takes from traditional tarot, but it's not exact to tarot. But what I want to say is that 9 of Swords, that suffering and silence energy, which to me was about a completion and us sort of trying to look at the bigger picture and maybe still suffering a little bit, feeling a little bit isolated. This might be the beginnings of that energy, the Magician energy sort of, to me, I thought was underpinning the entire week. And we really have the power and the creativity of that Magician energy, that light that was coming out of his head. There's still a light here, even though we might feel contained by a situation that's larger than us, that might be falling apart. This could be sort of the government or this pandemic just making us feel penned in and being a major disruption in our life. But here's the thing, there's still light around us, and we need to still contain that light or be aware of that light and kind of channel it as best we can, even if we're frustrated, even if we're scared, even if we're like not feeling empowered right now, right? We might feel stuck, trapped by what's going on, but the truth is that we're not. This situation, this disruption that we see here, this tower moment is always a moment that's taking us somewhere better suited for us, and we have to trust that energy. We have to sort of like open ourselves up to this unforeseen sort of disruption and let it happen. It may appear to be negative, it might be, you know, sort of a struggle for you at first, but let it, like, not to sound like Elsa from Frozen, but let it go. And let's see where it takes you. Trust that in the moment, in the present moment, your spirit, your soul is going to know what steps next need to be taken after the sort of outside environment moves you to where you need to be. Okay? This is definitely a repositioning, I feel like. This could be a shifting of our energy into that silence and suffering card that we saw, which is a little bit of worry, a little bit of, you know, feeling alone. And that's okay, but remember, we're not alone in this. That light around him, to me, says he's not alone. And we need to sort of hold on to that light as best we can right now, even if times are tough. We need to remember that times are tough for everyone, right? And so we can get through this, and I'm here to tell you that. So if you guys are feeling it a little bit extra today, or it starts to come on by the end of the day, don't be surprised. That 9 of Swords energy, or that silence and suffering card, did show up in the midweek, so this could be the beginnings of that. This is a bit bigger than that, let's just say, because it is this disruption card, it is Major Arcana, so it's going to be something a little bit bigger. Maybe it's something in the news that just pisses you off and makes you feel sort of helpless. Like, I can tell you this, I don't want to bring up negative stuff, but the thing I saw last night that really, really bummed me out was that the tiger in the Brooklyn Zoo had coronavirus. That just blew me out of the water. Like, something about it, A, species jumping, and B, that poor animals are getting it, pisses me off. But this is what we're dealing with, right? And so either I allow that anger to be my, guiding force and pen me in like this disruption card, or I allow this disruption to sort of stop me, open up my eyes, and I flow with it and see where it's about to take me. Because it is taking us somewhere, guys. It's taking us where we need to be, not where we think we want to be. Okay? Now, the next card, this is the energetic vibration deck, or the vibrational, I can't even remember the name of it. What is it? The vibrational energy deck. Sorry, Oracle cards. This is the Huntsman. The red planet is back, guys. Alright, so the Huntsman to me is always about using accuracy and aim. Are we focusing on our agitation, right? I want us to knock it out, though. When I'm looking at this arrow, I feel like we have the ability to knock it out. This, to me, these cards feel like a midweek choice. I feel like this is the creeping in of sort of the outside environment getting into our head, disrupting us. Maybe we need to do a little bit more meditation. Maybe we need to go back and watch my 444 activation light grid and hook up to the light grid and remind ourselves that we are light beings and that we came here for a reason. But this Huntsman card to me feels like there's green and there's healing going on, right? We have this red, again, the red dot to me, which we were seeing last week in the other cards from the vibrational energy deck, which made me feel like, us focusing maybe on the agitation, the anger, the worry, those sort of things. To me, this Huntsman feels like we might be focusing on that again. And we need to sort of take it out of our focus. We need to be accurate. We need to understand that what we focus on and where we place our attention is what we're sort of hunting or creating in our space. And I don't think that this is what sort of your spirit or your soul or God or whatever you want to call it wants you to be focused on. It just doesn't it doesn't serve you in any way, shape, or form. So having like a pinpoint accuracy of how this is pulling your attention, when it's pulling your attention, and what it's doing to your overall health would be a good idea to sort of pay attention to at this time. Now, here is the grounding stone. This is a stone to ground in for the day, and this is interesting. It's the strength stone. I'm not sure what's going to happen to you guys today. To me, with that strength stone being there, it feels a little bit like some of you guys, there's strength in the Huntsman too. There's also strength in disruption, right? But to me, the Huntsman and disruption together, coupled with the strength card, says that some of you are going to get tested today. Some of you are going to feel challenged today. But this grounding stone of strength to me says that I feel like you guys are definitely strong enough to handle whatever is thrown at your way. You need to remember that. You need to act from that place. And you need to be accurate in how you handle it and really not let this get out of control. Don't let this become your main focus. Healing and sort of peace should be your main focus right now. And I feel like there's going to be something that's going to grab your guys' attention or throw you off a little bit with this disruption and it will be significant. This disruption card is not to me, it's going to be fairly obvious and it's going to be uncomfortable for those of you, but this strength, this is grounding in that strength, right? Yesterday's stone was hope, guys. So we want to keep that hope about us, and that hope will help to sort of allow us to ground in our own personal strength. We can see our way through this. That's the Huntsman too. We have to sort of get out ahead of it and believe in ourselves, right? And believe in our strength and our power and our ability to, not only personally conquer this within our own immediate environment, but as a collective, I believe that we can also conquer this on a planetary scale. But we have to come into contact with that awareness. There's a certain amount of faith in this disruption card that is strength. And if we trust that wherever we're being taken by this scenario or this situation, if we trust that we are strong enough to handle it no matter what happens, and we trust that our angels are with us, and we trust that our guides are with us, and we trust that in the present moment we will know what decisions we need to make with an accuracy and a strength, we're gonna be okay. Okay? So I don't want this to freak anybody out. I just want you guys to understand that today might be the day that the reality of sort of what's going on might creep back in and annoy the shit out of you, or make you feel a little bit unnerved, a little bit uncomfortable, a little bit restrained. But remember, you have light, you have strength, you have power. And your power is in where you place your attention, what you give your attention to, and what your intentions are. So set them firmly from a place of strength today. And I will see you guys for tomorrow's forecast. All right. Again, please like, share, comment, subscribe. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you're interested in a private reading, please contact me via the Facebook business page. And I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow to see where the cards take us. We have a really beautiful ending of the week. I hope we stay on that and we don't lose sight of that. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go back and watch Sunday's video, which is the underpinning energy of this week. And remember that we have that magician card underneath all of it this week. That's the awareness. Keeping that is key. Bye-bye. I love you all.